All right. 5 chapters into The Lost Hero, and can I just say, I'm not liking the narrator. I might just be so used to the narrator for the first series that this one just sounds weird. Because I know it's probably that because I'm just used to the old narrator. But I've actually heard people complain about this narrator in reviews, so it's not horrible to listen to. Um, I'm 5 chapters in. Can I just say, why does Leo, in the Hephaestus cabin, surrounded by power tools and swords and knives, scare me? Something in my brain is saying, don't let this child near weapons. Um, Suffice to say, I think I'm gonna really like Leo going forward. I don't like Piper. I really don't like Piper. And I can't really put my finger on why I don't like Piper. Uh, she just hasn't come off quite right with me. I think I need more time with her. Uh, I'm scared to get attached to Jason because I hung around in the fandom and I know what happens to him and I'm scared to get attached to him. Too late. Um, I don't know much. I know like the basic plot of what happens in this book, like bare bones of the series, because I've sort of been reading fan fiction and it sort of references what happens, but not everything. If that makes any sense, like this makes no sense, but I'm going in more blind than I was going into the Lightning Thief, if that makes any sense. Um, so I don't know anything about the book to book plot. I just know the overarching plot of what the villain is for this arc. Um, and that Jason and Percy are where they're supposed to be. That's all I really know. But it's easy for me to piece together just from these first 5 chapters sort of what's happened. I didn't. It sort of goes into more about the mist, which I think is cool. Just showing how powerful the mist can be. I feel like the mist fabricating like months worth of a relationship between Jason, Piper, and Leo tells more about the mist's power than the entirety of the first series did, which is kind of cool. Um, I'm not sure if it's Jason's tattoo on his arm is foreshadowing, but if I went into this completely blind, without knowing anything about who Jason is, or even that the Roman ones are the Roman demigods are a thing, or who Jason's godly parent is, the fact that it has an eagle on it, I think that's supposed to be foreshadowing that he is a son of Zeus or Jupiter. I think that's supposed to be foreshadowing to that, because if I remember my animals that are sacred to Greek gods, uh, the eagle is sacred to Zeus, because it's the animal that eats is it Prometheus? I don't know. The Titan who gave humans fire. The one that's strapped to a rock and has its liver eaten by an eagle every day. Because eagle is sacred to Zeus. So, this is just the weirdest sort of. My brain is going everywhere, but I can sympathize with Leo. Like, I really like Leo. He's the most. I don't know. He seems more relatable with. As far as ADHD goes, than Percy ever did, and I don't know why. Like how he's always fidgeting with stuff, because that's just more relatable to me than Percy was. I just really like Leo, and I really want to get through this quickly so I can start chapter 6, because it's another Leo chapter. Apparently, Hephaestus' cabin is cursed since Beckendorf died. Okay. Why would there be a curse? Is it even real? I don't know. Apparently, demigods can be put in full body casts, something I did not know. I had to stop and remember if Jake Mason was a character in the first series, which yes he is. He was very hastily appointed after Beckendorf died. I remember that because I started re-listening to. Here's the thing: I wanted to put off listening to this book for the longest time. Like I've had it sitting in my library, in my audible library for like 3 days, and I finished re-listening to The Titan's Curse. I skipped over Battle of the Labyrinth because I wanted to re-listen to the entire first series first, and I had just listened to the Battle of the Labyrinth before I started re-listening to the Lightning Thief, so book 4 was thoroughly in my brain. So I listened to the first couple chapters of The Last Olympian, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. But it took me a good solid minute to remember that scene was there, and I had just listened to it last night. So, my brain is nowhere to be found, and if I wasn't recording this immediately after listening to these chapters, I would not be remembering any of it. I would not. So, there's not a lot to say, because the story at the beginning of the book is sort of slow. They're, like, getting introduced to camp. So, these books are long. Like, this is 50-something chapters, and, like, 16 hours long. I have 14 hours and 27 minutes left of this damn thing. And that's after listening to 5 freaking chapters. So, I guess it has every reason to go slow. But what I'm wondering is this entire book just gonna stay away from that plot? Because we sort of have our POV. And it'd be weird to suddenly change and have another POV character when we have this every 2 chapters the POV switches. So are we gonna pick up with a different POV in the next book? Or I'm just wondering how this is gonna play out, switching between the 2 camps. Like, it hasn't even been introduced yet that the roaming camp even is a thing. So it's sort of going very, very slowly, which my brain does not want to process well. I hate slow. I like slice of life stuff, but I hate when it's like it's a story and you're just getting into it and it's very, very slow. It's slow building up to the actual plot because I just don't have the attention span for it. I'm just like, come on, this has got to pick up soon, and I'm just sitting here like, ugh. And you can't really, if I go back and listen to this again after I finish listening to it, I'll be able to enjoy it better, because I will be like, okay, yes, it does eventually pick up. This is not a waste of my time. I'm losing my mind. I really am, and let's see how I do in another 4 to 5 chapters.